we greet the members of the Teresian Association in the Philippines, celebrating 70 years of presence and 65 years of presence in Iloilo. The Teresian Association has chosen to celebrate this day under the light of the Feast of the Holy Innocents. So the question that plays in my mind is, are there any innocent Teresianas? Are there any innocent Teresianas to be proved worthy to enter the kingdom of God with childlike attitude? It is not a rhetorical question. It is a question for examination of conscience. Are there innocent Teresianas? Maybe we can extend it and say, are there innocent bishops? It is also a question that needs to be confronted because our culture exalts experience rather than innocence. When we are innocent and we are quite old, we are considered naive. Experience is extolled. You work for a PhD. You work upwards in the career ladder. You want the experience of this mission, another different mission, in order to widen your perspective of the world. Experience is good, but sometimes experience leads to excessive sophistication. And excessive sophistication complicating simple matters. So, where do we stand? Do we stand for innocence and then be considered naive? Or do we stand for experience, for the service of the church, and yet risk or even lose our childlike attitude? That is why we speak about not second childhood, but second innocence. Second childhood, some of us reach that quite early. But second innocence, after we have gained experiences, and yet we still maintain a childlike attitude, after successfully defending your doctoral dissertation, after taking on positions of authority in the career ladder or in the career path in society, can we still have a second innocence? A second innocence which is after losing our childlike innocence and gaining doctoral experiences, can we return to a childlike innocence which is the fruit of holiness, the fruit of prayer, the fruit of piety? How? It is possible. The first to cultivate is EQ. And EQ is emotional quotient. We all know that. We need to be reminded that friendship is more important than management skills. We need to understand that care and compassion is more important than objectivity and strategic planning. That is why Pope Francis, in his message on New Year's Day 2021, invites us to return to the culture of care. A deepening of our emotional quotient, our capacity to be friends, our capacity to be a community of disciples, our capacity to cry, our capacity for compassion, our capacity for care. The second quotient that is important for a return to second innocence is WQ. WQ is wonder quotient. The capacity to be caught in wonder, the capacity to be caught in awe, the capacity to face mystery and not explain it. Wonder quotient. In spite of our double doctorates, in spite of our digital age, in spite of our virtual communication and growth in technology, there is still a sense of mystery, a sense of awe, the capacity to say, wow, the capacity to dream dreams, and the capacity to make those dreams come true. It is not from sophistication. It is from childlike attitude of wonder. To be able to dream like Joseph in the Gospel, who can talk to an angel every time that angel needed to talk to him. So, an increase and deepening of emotional quotient, the capacity to be friends. An increase and deepening of the wonder quotient, the capacity to live in mystery and not attempt to explain everything, to rationalize everything, to research about everything, to consult experts about everything, because there are some things that only mystery can teach us. The third Q is GQ. It is not general quarantine. It is gratitude quotient. The capacity to consider everything as a gift, and therefore the capacity to say thank you and thank you and thank you. A GQ, a gratitude quotient, that is the antidote to the throwaway generation, to the cancel generation, to the block generation of Facebook users. Gratitude quotient is the capacity to look at everything and everybody as a gift, and to look at God as the source of all goodness. Brothers and sisters in Dagupan, in Spain or Rome or Iloilo or the National Capital Region, the Holy Innocents invite us to return to innocence. It is too late for us to return to the innocence of infants, because we are now experienced people. But beyond the age of experiences and more experiences, may we be open not just to the second childhood, but to the second innocence, a return to childlike innocence, so that when the time comes and we are examined for childlike innocence, we will be proven worthy to enter the kingdom of heaven, because the Lord said so, that only the childlike will be able to see me. May we return to our innocence, and may a deep sense of gratitude, a sense of mystery, a sense of community and relationships help us to return to that path.